When it comes to RuPaul's Drag Race, fans are always ready to debate which season reigns supreme. Forget what you thought you knew. Yes, All Stars 2 had the drama. Yes, Season 6 had the polish. But Season 5? It had everything. Heart, chaos, memes, legends, and moments that still live rent-free in our heads. This is the season that changed Drag Race forever. Let's get one thing straight. Season 5 didn't just cast queens, it cast icons. Legends were born on that runway, and the top 6? Practically a Mount Rushmore of drag. Front and center was Jinx Monsoon, the lovable, awkward underdog no one took seriously at first until she snatched the crown. Jinx brought heart, camp, and raw emotion, and proved that weird could win. She wasn't just entertaining, she was relatable, and her vulnerability turned her into a fan favorite for life. Then came Alaska. Sharp, hilarious, and already known as Sharon Needles' partner at the time, Alaska entered the race with something to prove. She didn't win this season, but her quick wit, catchphrases, and strong branding made her a breakout star, and, spoiler alert, she later returned to snatch the crown on All Stars 2. Detox brought the edge. With her futuristic fashion, dry humor, and signature jaw tricks, she wasn't like anyone else in the room. She pushed boundaries, serving looks that were bold, fierce, and unforgettable. Roxy Andrews, the polished pageant queen, was flawless on the runway, and her double wig reveal during a lip sync, pure Drag Race history. Love her or hate her, she delivered. And Alyssa Edwards, the meme queen before memes were even mainstream. From her exaggerated expressions to legendary lines like back rolls.
Had rolls all over the place in the back. It was disgusting.
Back rolls.
Alyssa gave us endless gifs, faces, and viral moments without even trying. Add in Coco Montrese, whose dramatic tension with Alyssa kept everyone glued to their screens. And Ivy Winters, the quirky, creative queen with circus flair, and you've got a cast that was dynamic from every angle. These queens weren't just competitors, they were full-on characters. Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, talent, this cast had it in spades. No filler, no flops, just fire. If you watched Season 5 for the drama, you definitely got what you came for. But what made this season stand out wasn't just the shade and side eyes, it was the realness behind it all. Beneath the makeup and catchphrases were raw emotions, unresolved conflicts, and powerful stories. The most iconic conflict? Alyssa Edwards versus Coco Montrese. From the moment Coco walked into the workroom and locked eyes with Alyssa, you could feel the tension. This wasn't petty Drag Race shade, it was real-life pageant drama spilling into a new arena. The feud stemmed from a messy past. Alyssa had won a national pageant title only to be stripped of it due to responsibilities she didn't fulfill. The crown? It went to none other than Coco. That kind of betrayal doesn't just go away. And it boiled to the surface in nearly every episode they were both in. Their arguments weren't just surface level either. Coco felt overlooked, tired of being seen as the second choice. Alyssa, on the other hand, was hurt, feeling like someone she once trusted had benefited from her downfall. Their beef reached its peak during a lip-sync battle, where both queens poured every ounce of emotion into the performance. It wasn't just a fight for survival, it was personal. Then, there was Jinx Monsoon, who became the emotional heart of the season. While other queens dismissed her as quirky or not polished enough, Roxy Andrews went especially hard on her, often questioning her place in the competition. What could have just been another case of shady banter turned into something deeper, a raw, emotional storyline about bullying, confidence, and resilience. When Jinx tearfully opened up about being picked on her entire life, it hit home for so many viewers. And the moment she pushed through and kept rising week after week, it felt like justice. Even Roxy had her vulnerable moment, breaking down in Untucked as she revealed her mother left her at a bus stop as a child. That moment turned a queen viewer saw as a villain into a layered, complex human being. That's the magic of Season 5. It reminded us these queens weren't just performers. They were people with real stories. Sure, there was shade. Sure, there were iconic reads. But Season 5 didn't rely on cheap drama. It gave us emotional stakes. It made us care. And when you care, that's when a reality show becomes something more. You can't talk about Season 5 without talking about the moments, the kind fans still quote years later, share in highlight reels, and consider sacred Drag Race history. Let's start with one of the biggest, Snatch Game. Season 5's edition is widely considered one of the best in the franchise. Jinx Monsoon's portrayal of Little Edie from Grey Gardens wasn't just funny, it was brilliant, bizarre, and unforgettable. While other queens were going for glam or easy laughs, Jinx took a risk and gave us a full character study. RuPaul couldn't stop laughing, and neither could we. Then there's Detox's legendary lip sync. We all remember it. A slow, haunting performance of Malambo No. 1, complete with her signature reverse jaw movement. It was weird, it was artistic, it was iconic. It showed that lip syncing wasn't just about dancing, it was about storytelling. And who could forget Alyssa Edwards versus Coco Montrese going head-to-head in a high-stakes lip sync to Paula Abdul's Cold Hearted? The tension, the choreography, the face. It wasn't just a performance, it was a full-on emotional showdown, one of the most intense battles in Drag Race history. Of course, we can't talk moments without mentioning the line heard round the world. Back rolls?
Had rolls all over the place in the back. It was disgusting.
Back rolls.
One confused glance from Alyssa, one perfectly timed comeback, and boom, an immortal Drag Race meme was born. That clip has outlived social media platforms. Even the mini challenges, runway themes, and untucked episodes were pure gold. The roast of RuPaul? Hilarious. The perfume branding challenge? Chaos. It was like the producers sprinkled glitter over every episode and said, "Let's make this one extra." Season 5 didn't just have challenges, it had moments. The kind that made you pause, rewind, and send the clip to your best friend with the caption, "You have to watch this." I'm on my way to 2,000 subscribers, and I'd love for you to be part of the journey. If you love RuPaul's Drag Race, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update, a lip sync, or a behind-the-scenes moment. Every season of Drag Race has a queen who surprises the audience, but in Season 5, that queen didn't just surprise us, she stole the whole damn show. Jinx Monsoon walked into the workroom with a quirky, vintage vibe and a nervous smile. In a cast full of pageant polish and fierce confidence, she looked and acted completely different. Other queens brushed her off, some even mocked her. But Jinx didn't try to conform. She leaned all the way into her weirdness. She wasn't just playing a character, she was the character. An old-school camp queen with Broadway chops, an offbeat sense of humor, and an ability to turn vulnerability into strength. Week after week, she defied expectations. She slayed the Snatch Game. She made Michelle Visage cry in the Makeover Challenge, and she held her own against queens who underestimated her at every turn. What made Jinx's journey so powerful was how real it felt. She opened up about being bullied, about not fitting in, about struggling to be taken seriously, even by her own peers in the competition. But instead of shrinking, she rose. She proved that there's more than one way to be fierce. By the time the finale came around, Jinx wasn't just the underdog anymore. She was a force. Her win felt earned, emotional, and deeply satisfying. Not just because she was talented, but because she never stopped being herself. And the story doesn't end there. Jinx went on to dominate the stage and screen, ultimately returning years later to win All-Stars 7 All-Winners, becoming the first queen to win both a regular season and an All-Winners edition. Season 5 didn't just crown a winner, it launched a legend. Season 5 didn't just stand out, it set the template for what Drag Race would become. The emotional beats, the structure, the type of queen who succeeds, you can trace all of it back to this season. Season 5 was the blueprint, and its DNA is in nearly every season that followed. Take the storytelling. Season 5 showed that audiences connect not just with looks, but with vulnerability. From Jinx's emotional arc to Roxy's heartbreaking confession, it was the first time Drag Race leaned hard into personal stories. That became a staple. Look at Season 6's Bianca vs. Laganja storyline, a clash between blunt honesty and emotional sensitivity, Season 9's Sasha Velour talking about losing her mom, or Willow Pill in Season 14 opening up about chronic illness. All follow the path Season 5 paved. Then there's the rivalries. Alyssa vs. Coco wasn't just a catfight, it had history, emotion, and stakes. Since then, every season has featured at least one deeper feud. Think of Aquaria versus the Vixen, Tamisha Iman versus Candy Muse, or Mistress Isabel Brooks versus just about everyone. all clearly echoing that Season 5 formula of emotional tension and layered conflict. Season 5 also popularized the idea of queens creating a personal brand. Alaska's catchphrases, Jinx's quirky musical style,
You got it!
Alyssa's memeable moments, they were all market-ready. Later, queens followed suit. From Trixie Mattel's country pop Barbie vibe to Katya's chaotic brilliance and Jimbo's absurdist drag, the idea of being a brand on Drag Race became essential. And it all started here. Even the structure of the show evolved around Season 5's success. The balance of comedy, fashion, drama, and realness. That rhythm became the Drag Race formula, one that's now used not just in the US version, but in every international spin-off, from Drag Race UK to Canada and España. So when fans call Season 5 legendary, it's not just about nostalgia. It's because it's the season that shaped everything Drag Race is today. It didn't just win, it rewrote the rules. Season 5 didn't just raise the bar, it became the bar. It gave us drama, heart, humor, and a cast that changed drag forever. So the next time someone asks which season is the best, don't hesitate. Just say it loud. Season 5.